Hi, and welcome to Teletalk. I'm Liv.
And I'm Ben.
And on this episode, you'll hear our carefully considered and not at all random thoughts on a show we like. There will be spoilers.
We're giving ourselves an age rating of 15 and above, but you're welcome to make up your own mind. Listener discretion is advised.
So we're back on Oak Island.
We're back.
Or we're back talking about Oak Island.
Yeah, we're not on it. Yeah, we're not coming to you live from the island.
I know, that would be good though, wouldn't it?
It would, although problematic logistically.
Would you go there?
Yeah.
Me too. That was a boring question.
I would go there and I would take a pocket full of fake coins to just sprinkle everywhere. I'd be like, if Charles Barkhouse was giving us the tour, I'd be like, hey, Charlie boy, look over there. And then I'd chuck a handful of coins down a caisson. And then I'd be like, oh, you should really check down there again, I think.
You know what would be a good place to deposit coins would be the beach. Because then they'd be like, oh, they were washed up.
Yeah. It'd be like that Roman sword that they found.
Yeah, and the cross.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what we do. This episode is episode 9 of season 13, and it's called So Close Yet Sonar.
Yes, I quite like the title.
Yeah, I liked it. I enjoyed this episode, actually.
Yeah.
They had sonar and cameras and stuff. I was like, this is what I come for.
Yes.
So I think we should start, as it's sort of become a tradition with us now, 9 episodes in, the money pit drilling. Mm-hmm. I thought this was pretty good. What about you?
Yes, I agree. Although they were talking about sonar a lot.
Yes.
And for a long time, we're just looking at a camera, but they're talking about sonar. And I'm like, this is not sonar. This is a camera.
Yeah, for the longest time I was like, oh, they must have a camera attached to the sonar. No. So we are in borehole BN 13.5, the sexiest of names. And I noticed it was really near the garden shaft, but they were like, there is no record of any searcher activity here. And I'm like, what, apart from the garden shaft?
Apart from you guys.
Apart from, like, everyone.
Yeah.
I was like, how can there be no searcher activity here? It's like there in the midst.
Well, also, they've sprung another thing on us because I do not remember hearing about this ostrich area.
The peacock.
Peacock. And they're like, oh, it's in the peacock area. I'm like, well, the what?
You can tell that we've never heard about it before because they explained it at length. I say at length. It's a 200-foot down zone that looks vaguely like a peacock that they've decided is, and I quote, a solution channel on top of the solution channel, kind of.
Yes.
They've basically gone, this is the deep bit that we think the treasure might be in the solution channel.
But this is another thing where they're like, oh, we discovered this ages ago when we did ground mapping or whatever, but we didn't tell you about it.
No.
And now that we're going to actually do something with it, we're going to tell you about it and pretend like you should have known all along.
Are you all right, Liv? You're a bit bitter about this.
A little bit bitter.
So this joins the pantheon of the blob, the baby blob, the golden egg.
But the blob, the baby blob,
blob,
and the golden egg were all designated because of water testing. Whereas the peacock...
They pull right out their arse.
Is, well, I was going to say it's actually from probably sonar. You know when they blew everything up? It was probably from then, wasn't it? So it's not from water testing. This is a whole different kind of zone.
I think the peacock laid the golden egg.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Probably best not to speculate about the blob and the baby blob. But yeah, they just pulled that out of their arse. And they're like, yes, Marty has called it the peacock. And they're like, no one else wants association. It's Marty. That's his thing. He names stuff.
He's the richest, so what he says goes.
Yeah, he used to fund it until we got, all the show money. So yeah, they're aiming to drill into the peacock, which sounds unhealthy.
You made that sound worse.
But when they are drilling, they find a 10-foot void at the 148-foot depth.
Yeah, and at first, I wasn't entirely sure that it was a real void. I thought it was just loose material. But of course, they put a camera down, and it's an actual void.
And then it was unavoidable.
Yeah.
Hey. But this gets them onto what used to be Marty's pet theory, but has now been widely accepted by lots of his sycophants.
Oh, they're all pretending it's been their theory from the beginning.
Yes, this is my theory too. The offset chamber.
Yeah.
Which is code for we ain't finding the treasure where we thought it'd be, so now we're going to come up with a reason why there's not. Do you want to stop for a sec?
No, I'm just putting my jumper on.
Okay, well, I'll let you do that, Russell. A bit chilly.
Don't mind me. Yeah,
it's because Oak Island's so cool.
There we go.
So yeah, it's very much it's their way of explaining we can't find the treasure where we think it is, so it must be somewhere else. An offset chamber is their war cry now.
Yes, and what they mean by that is that the depositors dug 90 foot down. When they got to the 90-foot mark, they put some treasure and a stone marker and set a booby trap, and then carried on digging sideways and up slightly, and built another chamber where they put most of the treasure.
And of course, you decoy your offset chamber with a boatload of treasure that everyone else has found.
Yes.
So just imagine how much treasure there'll be in the offset chamber, and the graphics do suggest it's a lot because there's like 8 chests in there.
The made-up drawings.
You say made-up drawings, I say documented evidence.
I see.
It's there with my eyes.
This void area that they've just found that might be the offset chamber is, 10 foot deep? 10 foot high?
10 foot high.
Yeah. So it is quite big.
Well, yeah, and they think that this is important enough that they need to investigate. So rather than chucking a tiny diver down there, which would have been my preference, they stick a camera down, having said, we're going to put sonar down.
I know.
And then they put a camera down.
Down goes a camera.
But, unlike every other camera that they've stuck down where everything is so cloudy they can't see 3 millimeters in front of them, this is unexpectedly clear, apart from that they haven't sprung for a good quality camera.
I know. They were like, we'll send this to that company that will clean up the footage. I'm like, or you could just put a better quality camera down.
Someone, like, you spent all this money on everything and they were like, we've saved money on the camera.
Yeah.
We bought the worst webcam and we gaffer taped it watertight.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really blurry, and when they were spinning it round, I was like, there is a lot of yellow looking stuff on that wall. And someone at some point is going to go, could that be treasure? Or gold? No one. No, they passed a perfect opportunity to go, those blurry yellow things could be good.
Well, also, I saw a squared off item that I thought, that's a bit cubic.
A squared off item.
And then they zoomed in a bit and it looks like it's part of a wall, like boulders stacked.
Yes, they did make a thing of that.
I thought at first treasure box, but definitely man-made wall.
Oh, you make a good damn Blankenship, you would.
I know, right? That's why I should be on the island.
I'm looking forward to next week where they call them like passageway-like object. But yeah,
they think there's 2 entrances / exits.
Like if you had to draw like a path through that had been blocked, like traditionally with rubble that had fallen down, you couldn't draw it more like iconically than that. 3 boulders stacked on top of each other.
I don't think that would be falling down though, would it?
Wow,
this is on purpose stacking.
Okay. Well, yeah, fair dues. But you know what I mean. Like it almost looked like it was drawn. That way. But they do, after they've sort of spun it round and go, pull it up an inch, put it down an inch, spin it round a bit, and we get to see it all blurry. They're like, we can see the wall there and there, but there's big gaps where we can't see anything. So maybe we should put that sonar we've been talking about down.
Yeah.
And they're like, yes, we will. And I thought that was pretty interesting. So what did they find, Liv?
Well, when they put the sonar down.
Yes, the sonar.
The sonar did actually find 2 holes.
Yes.
But of course, this is early data. This is just sonar returns as it's happening live. This data will be turned into pictures, I'm sure.
Yeah, Sonar Bob, or whatever his name was analysing it, and there's 2 gaps.
Yeah.
So it almost looked like they'd intersected, dare I say, a tunnel or a shaft, maybe.
No, I don't think so.
No, just happened to be 2 holes, about 2 foot across.
I think they're ways in.
To
the chamber.
Yeah, so 2 ways. One might even say, like, part of a shaft or a passageway. 2 ends.
Why would it need 2? Unless there's a second
Well, if you go chamber down into it, right?
Down.
Like, if you drill into a tunnel or a passageway, you have one going one way and one going the other.
No, if it's an offset chamber, you go down through the money pit.
Yeah.
You get to 90 foot.
Yeah.
Then you go across.
Yeah.
And you make another chamber.
Well,
finish, and then go back out the tunnel that you've already made.
But I think the idea is that they've drilled down, right, come through the top of the through bit, the passageway to get to the offset chamber. And so when you drill down into that, you'll have...
Don't you think this is the chamber, then?
No, because there's no treasure in there.
Why is it 10 foot high? Why would they make a tunnel
10 foot wide, 10 foot high but 2 foot wide?
Yeah, that's just silly.
Single file shuffling is what they were big in
No, it
on.
wouldn't need to be 10 foot high.
Well, maybe it wasn't, but it's collapsed a bit and it's got mushy. I don't know. I don't know. So you think this is the offset chamber?
I thought they were in the offset
chamber.
chamber.
Why would the offset chamber only be 2 foot wide?
That's why I said I thought I could see a treasure box.
But it turned out to be rubble.
Yes.
Okay, well, we'll find out, I guess.
I don't think I was fully aware that it was only 2 foot wide.
Yeah, well, that's what they said the gaps were, the passageway. That was Sonar Bob's estimate.
They're in this void area that's much bigger.
Tall?
No, all the way around.
Well, I don't know. I'm just going by what Demand said. But yeah, they're going to send the video to be enhanced by ProHawk.
Yeah. Well, that's the video.
Yeah.
And then someone else will actually deal with the sonar.
I guess so. Maybe they'll make a nice fancy 3D image.
I like the sonar 3D images.
Maybe they could combine the enhanced imagery and the sonar to make a detailed 3D visual map with pictures.
See, that would be worth 3D mapping. Unlike that feature on Lot 5.
They very clearly said this is a candidate for caissons.
Yeah.
But we've got more drilling to do. So they're like, it might be a caisson, but we'll do that later in the season.
I think it probably will be a caisson, won't it?
Later.
They'll put a flag in it and they'll do some other drilling.
They've got to send a diver down, surely.
They're not going to send a diver.
Reenact 10X. Chuck a bloke down there for no reason so he can go, there's nothing
The thing is, if you can send a camera, you can see better than a diver, right?
Well, apparently not, because we're sending our tiny webcam down there.
Well.
They need to spring for a better video.
Every time a diver's gone down, they're like, I can't see anything. Because the diver themselves kicks up sediment.
What you need to do is tie rope round his feet and drop him down there like the camera.
Right.
And so they're just basically...
They kind of did that when they made that lift thing.
They did. But that's the thing. They need, as Gary says, they need to get the twin optical scanners on it.
Yeah.
So just dangle a man down there.
Just send 2 cameras down at the same time.
No.
Twin?
No.
Okay.
I want them to unnecessarily endanger a man for no reason. I'll happily accept a woman. Yep. The equal opportunity death unnecessary risk. Speaking of unnecessary risk, the swamp!
What's unnecessary about the swamp?
Everything's unnecessary about the swamp.
Oh.
You could get sucked down into the swamp and it's probably smelly. They've made a lot about it being smelly.
Not for a long time.
That's because Marty is going nowhere near that damn swamp. And he pays the bills. He gets to not go to the swamp.
Even Gary's not going to the swamp now. He can send Katya for that.
Yeah, off you go, my love. That's why he's got her on the show.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't want to be stinky.
I am done with the swamp.
You're young. The stink will ease. And also, that means it will keep the fellas away from his daughter because she'll be stinky.
Genius.
Katya, Billy, and Derek Couch, our new Jack Begley replacement.
We just have to accept him.
Yeah. No. They're at the swamp and they find a steak. And they found so many of these things. They're like, yay, a steak, another one.
Well, they're like, it's quite big. I mean, actually, it's quite small, but it's quite circumferencey.
Steaky. I think you might be getting confused with different. They found a couple of steaks. The first one was a titchy one.
Right.
And then Billy has a theory about the hole he's dug. Do you remember his theory?
Yeah.
I thought this was fascinating.
He dug a hole, right?
He did.
And then he was like, this looks like a hole.
Yes, Billy, thank you. But what was it about the hole that really drew his interest?
It looks like it had been dug before.
If you'll pardon me, he's a hole connoisseur.
Yeah.
And he was like, it's collapsed in a round way, and that means someone else has dug this before.
Yeah.
And I was like, does it? Don't they all look round when they've dug it?
Obviously not. I mean, Billy digs a lot of holes.
He does. So yeah, apparently that means someone else dug it before. This was a pit before.
Because that would imply that the ground has been disturbed in such a way that it's sort of retains its memory. And so when he stuck the bucket in, The rest of the ground's gone, oh, we know what we're doing. Let's all collapse and make it easier.
Hang on. The ground has retained its memory.
Yeah.
And he's reminded it by digging it again.
Yeah.
And it went, oh yeah, I was once a hole.
Oh, come on, guys.
I've done this before.
Yeah.
You just hear the ground going, oh, a sense of deja vu.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like backfill, isn't it?
I guess it is. And whenever we see Billy digging, we both go, he's going to spot something. Because you've long been a proponent of Billy spots more stuff.
And you said that this time while we were watching it, and Dad goes, yes, because he's got a good view from the digger. And I thought, well, I never thought of it like that. Well, he's got a view straight into the bucket.
That makes it less mystical and fancy, as opposed to he's sat right there.
Yeah.
But he spots some wood. More wood. But this time, they're not sure. Is it a plank? Is it a wedge? Katya has a theory. What's her theory?
Can't remember.
She thinks it's an oar.
Oh, yeah.
Because they were showing us, and it was really interesting, because they were focusing on a few, like, pointed indents, like circular indents, but there was also, like, this sort of rounded indent below it, almost like a smiley face. And I was like, that's plainly been pressed, had something pressed on it.
It looked like it had something attached to it.
Yeah, and Katya was like, it's tapered like an oar. And I was like, okay, well, maybe then, because I posited this theory to you of, like, they're constantly talking about everything that comes out of the swamp is from a boat or a ship. What if it's not a ship? What if it's a little boat, like a little rowy boat?
Yeah, but a rowy boat wouldn't have a railing.
But it would have an oar.
Yes.
And I know people are going to come at me. I know big ships did used to have oars sometimes as well for when there was no
Viking
wind.
ships.
Well, yeah, and big galleon-y type ships.
Didn't.
They did. They
How
had
ridiculous.
them. I know. It sounds ridiculous, but it's true. But I think they would be bigger than this piddly little oar thing. So either Catcher's wrong, or my theory is that this grand ship that they think is buried in the swamp is actually a rowboat. That's my theory.
Also, going back to the ship in the swamp theory.
Ship in the swamp?
They have not found a ship.
They have, well...
But they have found evidence of high temperature burning.
In places, yes.
In places. So, if it burnt to a high temperature...
Oh, right, yes.
There wouldn't be anything left other than differences in the density of the ground in the swamp, which would show a return on the tests that they've done.
Or, I think I've solved it. There was a big ship that burnt, and then some people rowed away on the smaller lifeboat with oars, and then that
they
sank
lost the
too.
oar. Oh, that sank.
Yeah,
as well.
so there's one ship, one boat.
I mean, big ships have little boats on them, don't they?
Yeah, they're called lifeboats.
Even if no one escaped, there would have.
It's
been...
like Russian nesting dolls of boats.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's our new theory of stuff. Or it wasn't an oar, and that kind of undermines our theory.
Yeah, but then they found another stake that has eight sides
and
to the stake.
Boy, did they get excited about this one.
Yeah, because when they did find the tomb-like toilet in the other
vault-like
area...
structure. The tomb-like toilet. Is it a tomb? Is it a shitter? Who knows?
Well, they didn't know.
The tomb-like toilet? That should have been the name of the episode. Whatever it is, Rick's got his arm up to the elbow in it.
Anyway, when they found that...
The tomb-like toilet.
When they found that...
Yes.
They had followed the trail of 8-sided stakes.
Follow the 8-sided stakes.
Yeah.
Follow the 8-sided stakes.
So they're thinking that this 8-sided stake will lead them to another tomb-like toilet.
Because you can never have just one.
The thing is, I'm thinking, what if this is just in the other direction?
Oh, what, like the ends of, say, a tunnel?
Sure.
Everyone needs to find their way to the shitter.
I'm just saying. They got very excited, and I thought you might not need to be that excited.
Well, they point out that the 8-sided stakes tend to be the older ones.
Yes.
So it's an old toilet-like vault or whatever. Tomb-like toilet. Oh, God, that's really tickled me, and I'm not sure why.
I don't know why.
Tomb-like. If you're going to have a toilet, make it tomb-like. That's kind of it for the swamp this episode.
It was just wood. Like lots of different types of wood.
Wood of various sizes, shapes, and theories.
All found by the metal detectorist.
Yeah. And Billy.
Yeah, I know. I'm just making a point. They've got a whole metal detector there and an expert to wield it. And what do they find? Wood. They
do, to be fair, make up for it on Lot 8. When we get the sort of downgraded dream team of Rick and Katya. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm starting to think that Rick might be the key part of this dream team.
Well, Rick is the most desperate to find
the most
anything.
You pause there and the most, and I'm like, oh, what word should you use? Desperate. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
True.
Accurate.
Yeah. He didn't cry this episode.
No.
They're saving that for the end of the season.
He usually only cries twice in a season.
He's used his one. He's got one.
He's had one. The other one he'll save for the finale.
Normally it's me that's the cynical one. You're really cynical today.
Yeah, well, you know.
Well, they have 2 dings on their thing as Katya wanders around with her dad's name on her hat, which is always a choice. And the first one was pretty cool. In fact, both of these finds were pretty cool. Do you remember what they were?
No.
Okay. The first one was a curious-shaped bit of metal that Katya theorises is a knife handle or a tool handle.
It was an odd shape, and I was looking at it going, I don't quite know how that would be a knife handle.
And also, wouldn't the handle usually be wooden?
Well, yes, and if it's not wooden, usually it's a single piece of metal, so you wouldn't just get a handle, you'd get the whole thing.
I'm curious, because one thing they did point out is it had square holes in it, which usually means old.
It does, yeah.
Unless that also just means they were the right shape for the tool that it is. So that one's a bit of a mystery, and I suspect we'll find out more about it next week.
I know who would know.
Carmen Laird.
Yeah, he would know.
And we could take it to, what the shit is this, Carmen? Or whatever the name of the show.
Yeah.
we named it. That we would definitely watch and review.
Yep.
So yeah, that one was a bit of an odd one. And they kind of didn't get into too much detail with it.
Well, it wasn't that interesting, was it?
I thought it was pretty interesting. Okay. I was like, I can't obviously see what it is, but it does look like summon.
It's just a hunk of metal. I'd have thrown that back.
You'd have thrown it in the tomb-like toilet.
Yeah.
And then the second ding was a bit more definitive. They found a lead bag seal.
Yes, they love these. And in fact, Rick...
well done.
was very happy, especially given the location of its discovery.
What was significant about the location, Liv?
It wasn't on the beach.
Okay, right, okay, good, right, sure. I thought there was going to be a bit more to it than that,
but it
more
wasn't inland, so he's like, this indicates that it's arrived here and then been dragged halfway across the island.
And of course they were like, this isn't where depositing was, this isn't... So this seems like it would have been... like he theorizes it must have contained building materials for the stone road or the tomb-like toilet or whatever. Lots of leaps of logic.
It's so funny because I always think of these tags as holding like flour for making bread and stuff. And he's like building materials.
They've conditioned me because I just assume they're always for bags of treasure. But actually it could be wood, it could be like nails, it could be anything. Because they said it was like cloth or paper that they were sealed to.
Yeah, bags of grain.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Well, they found 2 other ones previously. They found one that was a 16th century British one.
Yeah.
That's boring. And then the other one, they only said, it was a match to the lead from the lead cross.
Which was mined in Europe somewhere.
I'm sure they said it was
Turkey?
France.
Oh.
Because they linked it to some bloke who I can't remember the name of. This is terrible.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah. It was one of those ones where it was like, that's an interesting tangible thing, but they never took it anywhere.
Yeah, but what is nice about these bag seals is that, like coins, they are very traceable.
Yes. And so we sort of finish off on last week's big find, the folded coin.
Yeah.
Or is it? That's the main question.
The thing that I have with this is that in the episode, this comes quite early on, and I was thinking about something else. I kind of switched off a moment.
Oh, right, okay.
And I came back to it, and you and Dad were like, whoa, blah, 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 chatting. And I was like, I can't ask them to rewind because I literally just zoned out.
It's not we do this for a podcast or anything, Liv.
So I don't actually know what happened.
So
here.
so basically what Liv is saying is she's probably going to be quiet for a minute while I set the scene, because I made copious notes.
I came back to it, but I was a bit lost.
Well, thank Christ I make notes. It's a good thing I'm the one making notes, as you're going, la-di-da-di-da.
I know, do you know what? I was staring off into the corner of the room, and I can't even remember what I was thinking about now. So
they initially go into, like, again, sort of rehashing that the practice of folding coins started in 1290. And they would fold them and they'd pray to a saint. And then they say that they've CT scanned it because they really wanted to know what the markings were. And there are no markings on the outside. None. So Laird says we can't confirm whether or not it's a coin.
Oh.
Yeah.
But it probably is, though, right?
Well, that's the interesting, because there's no patterns on the outside.
Yeah, but they would have probably just got worn away.
Well, none of the other coins haven't. So
yeah, but other coins haven't been heated and folded.
He was very at pains to say that we can't confirm that this is a coin. It's triple folded, which is unusual for folded coins.
Yeah, they kept saying that, but it looks like it's just got 2 folds in it. 1, 2.
But it isn't. One of them's folded over once already, so it's like they've gone fold, and then fold back over. Oh dear, I'm just...
Do that again. Fold, fold.
So they've done it 3 times. So they've sort of folded one side, then folded again, and then folded the other side over.
I see. Because I missed that diagram as well.
Yeah, you weren't paying attention. So they reckon that from the dating, and Emma puts it, for what it's worth, late 1600s to around 1700s. So it's late example of it based on the metallurgy. Okay. And apparently Gary throws in there that it was often used to ward off diseases. So maybe there was disease on the island. And I'm like, ooh, 2020 calling. I was looking at it going, that is a bloody big coin. Because, like, if you folded it out, it'd be like the size of your palm.
You said that last week as well.
I was like, that is...
The thing is, though, if you're heating and folding, you are also stretching.
Right.
So...
Heat and fold, boys. Heat and fold.
Yeah.
So they decide that what they need to do is, despite the fact they can't confirm it's a coin, and Laird seems very keen to sort of back away from the whole coin thing, they go, well, we've got Sandy Campbell kicking around. Let's get the numismatist.
We've got him on retainer.
Yeah, and he rocks in. The first thing he says, yeah, this is a coin.
Yes.
Up yours, Laird. And it's it was folded to trap evil.
Yeah.
This was the bit where you'd sagged back in.
I came back in because then they were like, oh, we could unfold it. And Dad had talked about unfolding.
You were like, Sandy Campbell's here. Big boys are in town. I'm going to pay attention.
I was like, I don't think it's a good idea to unfold it.
Well, yeah.
And then they said it's not a good idea to unfold it because of the evil escaping.
We'd really like to
unfold
it.
Do you want to mess with that?
You know, that's some bad juju.
Laird was like, no.
No. We got enough
Putting my foot down.
Do you remember the curse? Only one more person's going to die. I ain't going to put myself in harm's way, bucko.
I was thinking, this is an artifact. You can't destroy it. That's what I was thinking. You can't unfold it because then it's not a folded coin anymore. I wasn't thinking about the evil.
Well, this is an appropriate time to remember that you have to know when to fold them and know when to hold them.
Right.
And they've decided to hold them and not to unfold them. Mm-hmm. But yeah, he says, Sandy Canby... says that Sandy Canby.
That's not his name.
Sandy Campbell. He is a Sandy Campbell. A particularly sandy example of the Campbell. He says that it's associated with Christianity, the Crusades, and the Templars, double O.
That was all he needed to say.
Yeah, ding, ding, ding. Rick is on it.
Was it Rick?
Rick was throwing out Knights of Malta.
I thought it was someone else.
No, Rick was right there going, oh, yay!
Oh.
Yeah. He concurs 1600s to 1700s due to the size.
Yes, and at that point I thought, okay, I believe you.
Yeah. I'm not taking it from Emma, but I'll take it from you, Sandy Man.
Yeah.
The Sandy Man can.
Also, thoughts about Laird. I think he's learning on the job.
Yeah, well, when he obviously doesn't have a big book of folded coins tucked away in the back there.
No,
if it had been scissors.
My new theory is that he graduated from School of Archaeology. And he did some bits that had already been done by others, you know, because what work is there for archaeologists, really? I mean, anyway.
Well, apparently there's a fuckload of it on Oak Island.
And hence he was available
right.
to come to Oak Island that first time when they needed an archaeologist.
Right, okay, so you've moved on from Emma and you're now character assassinating Laird.
Yeah, well, he's been on my radar for a few seasons now. Anyway, then, what?
Who's next for the Liv takedown?
He doesn't really know anything. And then he admitted that when the other guy owned Lot 5 and got him in to give him an appraisal, he was like, dunno, weird hole. Can't tell you anything else.
Billy would have had some thoughts on that hole. So basically
And Laird is now just going, oh, yes, well, we'll need to wait and see. Yes, that's what I thought all along.
Well, watch out, Oak Island participants. Emma Cullen going, Laird Niven, who's next for the Liv cannon?
I'm just saying
that they all suck. Okay, so watch out, everyone else. But secondly, what you're seeing there is the difference between a generalist, an archaeologist who has to know about a broad, wide range of things, versus someone who has dedicated themselves to a very specific niche, a numismatist, or a blacksmithing expert, for example. They have a much more narrow, specific field, and so they can know much greater things. You can't expect Laird to know everything about everything, apart from scissors, because apparently he has a weird obsession with them in
There's
a book.
There's a whole book.
Scissoring by Laird Niven.
Maybe you shouldn't have done a demonstration of people being blown up or whatever, because you've just come in with a ladder and rescued them.
Well, what I'm just showing is that I am reasonable and you are out for blood. Who will be next?
I think you'll find that Emma is, an expert in her very specific field.
Metallurgy.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And yet, also, doesn't know anything. In fact...
You're really doubling down on the Emma Culligan slander.
That you would really need to be all that clever, right? All you need to know is how to work that machine.
Are you about to say... I could do that job?
I think if you knew how to turn that machine on, and then what all of the periodic table symbols are,
right,
you'd then be able to interpret what the machine results come back as and be like, da-da.
I feel like, Liv, there's precious few women on this show, and you're coming for one of the few of them and basically going, she's just a glorified computer operator.
No, but that's what it looks like. And there's no... What?
I feel like if this was the other way around, you would have some choice words for me. How do you feel about any of the other ladies on the show? Not a fan? I suppose at least of the two people that you've attacked 50-50 on gender.
No, right. I used to like Emma, but the more she's been on the show...
She's pissed me right off.
The more she's been on the show, the more I've gone... But do you actually know anything, though?
I feel like, of this entire cast of characters, so many options for you to go, that person doesn't know shit about anything. And you pick Emma, who is a qualified metallurgist.
Yes, because she's pretending to give us answers.
They're all pretending to... Have you met... Okay, let me reel off a few examples.
No.
Rick.
Hang on.
Ricky. Marty.
No.
Jack. Peter Finetti.
Well, they obviously don't know anything.
Right. So it's the ones that
are pretending.
They're all pretending.
You know, like Dr. Ian Spooner arrived, went to the swamp, looked at it for a bit, and was like, this is definitely man-made. The team are going, okay, so it's probably man-made. No, you've got an expert telling you that it's definitely man-made.
But he says... The water says there's loads of treasure down there.
Yeah.
What have they specifically not found yet?
Yeah.
Any treasure?
Yeah, okay.
I'm going to go here. Ian Spooner is a fraud.
But he is giving an opinion. Emma errs on the side of caution. So she's pretending to give us answers and information.
But by your logic, she can only read off of the computer screen.
I know. And the computer says this, and so she repeats that.
And then Laird got all of that lovely drone camera thing. You're like, that is shit and pointless. I could just look at it.
I know, right?
What is your problem with people that are competent in their field?
That they're lacking in competence.
Oh, God. Are you going to turn on Carmen?
I don't think so.
I hope not.
He gives definite answers.
That pair of compasses was from 1563.
And they're not even a compass.
Well, yeah. A divider.
Like, he knows
I feel like you're being very divisive here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, Emma.
So, yeah, they won't they won't unfold the coin, is what we would... Believe it or not, what we were originally talking about.
Yeah, because of the fear of evil and whatnot.
Yeah, basically, they're like, we don't want to unleash evil upon this island. We don't want the pandemic 2.0. We don't want someone to die so that we can find the treasure.
Yeah, whereas I was thinking, don't destroy the artifact.
And I was like, open it up. I want to see if there's any demons in there.
Wow. Do you remember that box?
Pandora's box?
No. We were watching a whole different show. I can't remember what it was now. Now I'm thinking you weren't there. Anyway, let's move on.
Okay.
It was on a paranormal show. Mm-hmm. I think.
Oh, where you'd order a box online and it was cursed and you shouldn't open it.
Yeah.
And then people open it.
And someone had a scanner of like detecting stuff, and the box literally was beeping when the scanner went over it, and then nowhere else in the room.
Hey,
and
this
then,
bullshit box says this other bullshit box is full of demons.
Let me finish the story. And then they opened the box, and then they scanned it, and it didn't beep anymore. What happened? There was something in it, and now it's gone.
Or bullshit.
But the same could happen with the coin, right?
Honestly,
that's what they're scared of.
I do feel like this show is only about 2 steps away from getting the spirit boxes and all that malarkey on here.
The thing is, if that's what the ancients believed in, then maybe there's something in it, right?
Well, yes, but they also thought of miasma and the 4 humours, or the 6-5 humours or whatever. So, you know...
I don't know what those are.
Indeed, because they died out, because they were proven to be wrong.
Shall we move on?
Well, that's the end of the episode.
Oh.
What did you rate the show?
Oh, I forgot to rate it.
It's alright, you've only got to pick out of 5, because yours starts from 5 out of 10, inexplicably.
Yeah, I'm going to give it 7.
7?
Yeah.
So that's quite a poor rating.
Yeah, you know, I'm not overly sure on the experts. I liked Sandy.
For now. I'm just in the background.
He's never been my favourite of the experts. I remember when they first went to visit him, and his place was just a bit boring. It's very grey.
It was more interesting than the leatherworking fellow.
Was he? I don't remember the leatherworking.
He had a few assistants. He was boring. Anyway, I'm now you see you've got me going at it, going at people now. I don't like it. Everyone's brilliant, and they all know what they're talking about, apart from the people that don't.
I think it's good and healthy to question what you're being told.
You're going to make Rick cry.
I don't care. He needs to just cry less.
Wow.
What?
Wow.
What?
The empathy radiating from that half of the conversation. That's a sympathetic response.
Oh my
God. Unsurprisingly, I've rated it quite differently.
Oh.
I'm giving it a solid 6 tomb-like toilets out of 7.
Well, I gave it 7.
Yes, but I gave it 6 out of 7. So, I really enjoyed this.
Did you?
Yeah, I had a great time. There was cameras going down pipes. Then there was sonar, and that felt a bit more real.
Yeah, I did like those bits.
You know, there was a mysterious square handle tool thing.
Didn't care about
I thought that was... Yep. I don't know, just every aspect of it delivered. It was quite punchy. It was to the point we found out about the folded coin. They had a thing where they were like, it's not a coin. Oh, it is, though.
I think I liked the money pit stuff with the sonar and the camera. And that promises more next week when we get the sonar results.
I liked that they couldn't be asked to open the coin, so they shrouded that in, we don't want to release any bad energy. I think
even if they opened it, I don't think they'd find anything.
No.
It's too ancient.
Too ancient.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah.
So the rest of it was just lacking, hence it got 7.
So, yeah. I really enjoyed it. You were underwhelmed.
Yes.
Okay, well, we'll be back next week with the next episode. We're also planning to do a recap / reaction to the Death in Paradise Christmas special.
Yeah.
We'll bring that to you when we feel like it, so, look out for that.
Well, the kids go back to school tomorrow, so we'll have more time.
Yeah. And then once Death in Paradise starts up the new season proper, probably at the end of January, early February, we're tentatively hoping to do that alongside Oak Island.
Yeah.
Yeah. So look out for that. If it becomes too much, we won't. We'll figure it out. We'll let you know. Bear with us.
Thanks for listening. See you next time. Bye.
Toodles!